meeting going. I'm going to declare a quorum with all members present. And I'm going to ask if Ms. Farrell will lead us in our invocation and pledge if y'all join us.
Father, we just thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight. God, I ask that you would just touch each and every one of us and help us to make good decisions for our district. God, I pray for our students and our staff and all of our leaders. God, I ask that you would just have your hand on us and lead, guide, and protect each one. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank y'all. Has anybody signed up to speak? Okay. All right. We'll move on into our next item is to approve the minutes of our previous meetings. Are there any questions or discussion on the previous meeting? Okay. We get a motion. All right. Motion made by Ms. Debbie, seconded by Jacob. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. All right. Next item, student recognition. Ms. Megan Gilfillan.
So we have a lot of kiddos. So we recognize 2 students per grade level, a boy and a girl, every month. This is something that's completely done by the teachers. They nominate everything from kindness to good character, academics. So we really try to look for those kiddos that are just going above and beyond in their grade. So we wanted to recognize them here. They are recognized at the campus level. We give them a certificate, call them out of class, congratulate them, take a picture, post it to social media. But we're going to filter them through by grade level. So we'll start with pre-K, go all the way through 6th. Let the parents come in and take some pictures. And as one grade level finishes, we'll bring the next one in. So.
Megan, if you would, just whenever you finish, just have them come by and we'll shake their hand, give them a little token and all.
Perfect. All right, we're going to start with pre-K.
Yeah, okay, you go.
Rock.
A couple of them dolled up.
How are you?
Okay.
Hey there, buddy.
If you're a pre-K student, can you guys come stand with me?
We'll wait till they get finished.
Okay.
They'll
Good job.
after
So
they
these
get
are
done.
our pre-K students of the month. We've got Colby Walters, Kendall Hendricks, Jeremiah Utley, Harper Merrifield, Gus Blanchard, and unfortunately Haven Tomlinson wasn't able to be with us this evening. But these were our pre-K students of the month from August, September, and October.
Hey, good job.
Good, baby. Oh, good.
Congratulations, buddy. Just keep on going.
What's up, buddy? Hey, good job. Look, get that for you. Take that home. Go show your mom and dad, okay? Well, hello. You look very nice tonight. Great job. Good job.
I know it.
Good job.
Don't tell me.
Good job, buddy. There you go. Good job, buddy.
Honesty of a child. I'm gonna have to fix that. Better sit on it.
Thank y'all for pre-K.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Your hands are cold.
You're so cute.
This is a bench part. You know, this is a bench part.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Well, that is young.
Okay, so the 2 that we have this evening are Parker Wells and then Kinley Roth. We also had Reed Fant, Ella Cockrell, Tinley Love, and Arson Flowers.
Good job.
All right, good job.
Mom, you walk her around. Yeah, you can go with her.
Hey, come on.
Carry her. Just go around.
Okay, look good.
Hey, we're tired, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did so good.
Hey, come here, buddy.
Get the guy with the cold hands.
Man, I like your shirt.
Yeah.
Here, look what I got for you.
Good job. Whoa.
Good job.
Man, good job.
High five. Hey, how about one of those?
Oh, say thank you. All right.
Good job.
Alright, congratulations, Kinder. Great job.
Good job.
You sing Friends.
Yeah, it is.
Olin.
Right here. Giovanni.
Hello, Olin.
Gio. And then we've got Irie.
Good deal.
Turn around, face. I think those are on. Okay, so these are our first group. I'm going to turn around and face these guys in the chairs. Turn that one.
There you
There you go.
Turn around. Okay, so we have Olin Cook, Gio Carranza, Sophia Solis, and Irie Coer. We're missing Harper Wolf and Noah Parrish, but these are our first grade students of the month from the past 3 months.
All right. Good job.
Go around and shake your right hand.
Go around.
Shake your right hand.
Good job, baby.
Good job.
Good job, bud. Hey, look what I got for you. Here, take this home with you. Take that home with you, okay? Here you go. Right there. Good job. Take that home with you and show your mom and dad. Hey, what'd you get over your hands? Marker. Good job.
Good job, baby.
Then it says, that it? I didn't even know that they had a grandbaby.
Alright, ready to turn.
Oh, yes. Got the ghost. Yeah.
Yes.
And then you're going to face these guys in the chairs.
Hello.
These are our second grade students of the month. We've got Remington Roundtree, Walker Granger, Anna McCrae, and then Renly Cochran. Missing is Cooper Cyrus and Ella Tanton, but these were our
Good job. Good job.
Her hands are cold.
He said such enthusiasm.
Okay, our 3 fifth graders that were able to make it are Ryan Morris, Dryston Hilton, and then Skylee Wiggins. We're missing Amelia Turnbrow, Jude Enner, and Nyla Faye Ellis. But these were our 3 fifth graders able to make it this evening.
Good job, man. Here you go, bub. Here you go, bub.
Good job.
Hey, great job. Here you go, bub.
Good job. She's got
Oh,
her
your finger
finger
okay?
in. Yes.
Here you go. Man, look at that.
Congratulations. Yeah, I know too.
And then our sixth graders. Sixth grade students of the month. Now they're about as tall as me.
Yeah.
One, two, three. Missing anybody? Okay, so our sixth grade students of the month, we have Jesse Morris, Gunnar Lawson, Paxton Schubert, and then Faith Stevens. Unable to make it were Colby Kervin and Adeline Tanton. These are our sixth grade students of the month.
Hey, good job. Good job, buddy. Here, I got one of these for you. Okay? Hey, great job.
This is
Good
Colby
job.
Kervin, one of our other
You doing okay?
students
Good
of the
job.
month.
David,
There
hi,
you
David.
go. Yeah. Congratulations. There you go. I'm going to give you one of those too.
That's all of mine.
That's it? All right, thank you.
Now we got it, so thank you.
That's all recognition we have. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
There's more.
We should have coming.
Well, whoever's next, yeah. It's not on the agenda.
Don't set the door on the big one. I think they moved them on down the hallway.
Just generic, I guess, just student recognition, and they just had her.
Yeah. Well, we could
It's
do
okay.
that.
Yeah, just under,
Just have
two subsections, one for Megan and then whoever the other one is.
This is
Colors.
I know, I just find someone playing basketball.
then there's one.
Okay.
So today we've been very successful throughout the season at different invitationals. What we really want to point out today is the individual success of a singular student on the national level and then our state qualifiers at the regional conference meeting. So first, I'd like to recognize Bradley Chesson. Bradley Chesson was recognized as an academic All-American for the National Speech and Debate Honor Society. This is a very important award. Only 1% of students that compete in the event get it. It is a combination of not only success in the activity, requiring 850 points, which, for reference, that's winning about 120 debate rounds throughout your career, but also requiring a 3.7 GPA at your high school. So Bradley's been successful not only in our activity, but also in the classroom that helps him get this incredible award. It's only one of 3 that the school has ever had in their history. And then I'd like to recognize everyone. This week at the ESC Service Center in Beaumont, we recently had our regional congress competition where the top 3 qualifiers make the state tournament. Our goal going in was not just to get those top 3 places. We were allowed to sit 6 students in the congress. We wanted places 1 through 6. We were 1 away from getting that goal, right? We finished with places 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, only allowing 1 other school to qualify. Oh, sorry, we got 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and 6th. That's my bad. We got all 3 now. All right. But this is the 4th straight year in a row that West Hardin has closed out the top 3, not allowing another school to qualify, and it's our 12th straight year of qualification to the competition. They've had 11 total competitions. We've won 5 of them so far at the state level. So we're hoping to make it that 50% win rate again this year and come home with another gold. But the students I'd like to recognize are, we'll start from where they got the least placement and then go up. Not placing, but being the best presiding officer is Adam Al-Busaidi. 6th place, unable to attend, is Taylor Stanley, a senior. In 5th place, we have Parker Lambert. And then our students advancing to the state tournament, starting with 3rd place, Hunter Dodson. He is 1st year and 1st ever appearance at state. In 2nd place, Bradley Chesson. Bradley got 2nd last year at state, hoping to finally break through and get that state championship. And finally, your regional champion, Liam Trousdale. Appreciate you so much and all the support that you always give us. about this program. I think you can do that tonight and recognize the students.
Thank you. Y'all come over.
Come around. Come around.
Come on, close it, I'm gonna show you.
Here you go, bud. I'm gonna give you one of those. Good job. You one of those. Good job. You one of those. Great job. Here you go, sir. Good job. Congratulations.
I'm gonna take the
Good job. You want the coin? Congratulations. Congratulations.
Mom, get on the side.
Hold us up. Let's go.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Great job, y'all. That's a
All right, our last student group is ag.
Like we're gonna play music or something when y'all come in.
All right, good evening, everybody. We'll go and get started. So, start off by saying, out of our 77 kids on our FFA roster, 26 of them the past, 35 days have somehow, some way placed at the top of their competition or eligible to be recognized at this meeting. Obviously, not all 26 are here, but I thought it was pretty cool. A third of our kids have done so well in their event. They're eligible to be recognized at this. So that's pretty neat. Starting off, we'll go over Hardin County.
We have our barbecue cook-off team, the Brisketeers here. Emmeline, Lorelai, Bella, and Mac, and they placed second place with their brisket in the brisket division. And then we have the exhibit hall, which is where they bake goods or do floral arrangements, all those kinds of things. Cheyenne Steele got grand champion cake with her carrot cake, and she was also the champion senior in the cake division. She also won grand champion in the bread division with her zucchini bread and was the grand champion for that division as well. Reagan Rayon was reserve champion in the cake division with her buttermilk chocolate cake. McKenna Lowe was first intermediate in the floral division. Shaylee Steele got second place in the senior bread, and Charlie Skinner got third place in the bread division with her biscuit.
Good job. Yeah, we kind of dominated that deal. Typically do though. Apparently, West Hardin Community got some good bakers. All right, going into the welding, the build off at Hardin County out of 17 teams. Team 1 placed second, consisting of Bryson, Braden, and Colton, and then Team 2 placed third, consisting of Lee, Jake, and Kate. The poultry show, in the roaster show, Lorelai was grand champion overall. Emily won reserve grand champion overall. Jalen placed fourth. Andy placed fifth. Kennedy placed sixth. Mac was grand champion intermediate showman. At the turkey show, Emily was grand champion overall, and Mac was reserve grand champion overall. And the breeding rabbit show.
In the breeding rabbit show, Emmeline placed second in her class with her Jersey Woolly as well.
In the swine show, Kennedy placed second and Andy placed third in their classes. In the goat show, JC placed second and Hadley placed third. Then we traveled to the State Fair of Texas for the AgMech show, where Bryson placed third with his 28-foot motor pool trailer. Lee placed third with his 35-foot lowboy. Colton, Cade, and Braden placed first in the trailer class with their 40-foot deck over. Then went on to win the entire trailer division, and then went on to win grand champion of the entire Ag Mechanics show. They won reserve champion showmanship as well. We went on to the Houston the Houston Livestock Show Rodeo hosts a trailer build-off where they only take 20 teams from the state of Texas. Colton, Kate, and Bryson were reserve grand champion out of the 20 teams. Moving on to.
Then Emlyn is, last time we announced that she got the National FFA in the USA Reporter. She actually published or sent her first article in, and it was published on their page, so you can view that if you would like. It's actually on the National FFA webpage. We're very excited about that. She wrote about my son, our former president for our FFA, so it was really awesome to get to read that.
The link is actually on our Facebook page, West Spartan FFA Facebook page. If you'd like to go and take a read, pretty good stuff. Going into the district FFA LDE, the Leadership Development Event Contest that was held in I guess Mont Bellevue. Our Green Hand Creed, Graceland placed 5th. Green Hand Quiz, which is Charlie, Graceland, Lilith, and Bella, placed 5th. Senior Skills demonstration consisting of Lee, Bryson, and Colton placed 3rd, and they advanced to area on the 21st to go there. Radio broadcasting, the team was Madison, Bryson, and Kennedy. They placed 3rd as well, and they're advancing to area also. We had so this past year at Houston, we had a kid catch a calf in the calf scramble, Chase Hughes. His first progress show, which he has to attend for that program, placed 3rd in his class of 9 amongst a mix of different American cattle. Pretty excited to see what the future holds for that kiddo and his effort.
And then we have Grace Love. She is in my principal's class, and she was the first of her class, well, actually out of all the principal kids, to memorize the FFA Creed, and she earned her FFA jacket by doing so.
All right.
So,
Good job.
just a little bit about our pool staff. We're doing amazing things in there. We're very excited. All of the pool kids just did their first floor arrangement. We were pumpkin crazy in there. HEB donated all the pumpkins for us, so we were blessed to have that donation. And then we're gearing up for our Christmas make and take night. If anybody would like to join us, you're gonna get to experience a little making a floor arrangement with some of our pedals, our older pedals, and then we're gonna be starting our travel. We have 5 students traveling to Bridgeport to compete in their first floral contest later in December, so we're very excited about that. So yeah, there's lots of exciting things happening.
Moving on to shop classes, major show projects are in full swing. We've been working every Friday. If y'all been up here in the parking lot, you've seen us here. After school, we started our night hours as well, going into late evenings. Let's see here. We're looking I was contacted by Gulf Coast to Sour Lake this week to compete in the Houston Livestock Show Industrial Craft Competition, where a group of students will build a mock pump vessel skid situation, replicating what welders would see in a refinery at a chemical plant. We're trying to see what that looks like, pairing up with them, trying to partner with Gulf Coast for an exact pathway from graduation. Brandon told me with our kids, the day they graduate, the next day they'll have a job ready to go clock in. So we are kind of, facilitating that network there, and looking forward to see why that blossoms. Really excited about that. So we're busy, we're out a lot. We appreciate y'all being flexible on that, both staff and admin. But being out definitely produced a lot of good success. So we're excited about it. Thank y'all.
Man, good job. Good job. Good job, sir. Hey, good job. Good job. Welcome. I like that belt buckle. Thank you. Good job. Good job. Hey, good job. Awesome belt buckle there. Good job. Good job. Love that shirt. What's your favorite song? You don't even know? Good job. Good job, sir. There you go. Hey, I don't know if your buddy up there got one. Good job. Good job. He did a really good job interviewing you. Good job. Get us out of here.
I got a name over to you. Get everybody. Y'all two ladies come over here. There we go. Good one.
All right, good job.
We are done with student recognition now.
Thank you.
Good job, everybody.
I see you, Sunday. He wants.
Huh?
She's sitting here the whole time.
Does she want one of them deals?
Can I ask him?
Well, tell her, come here. Hey,
Davey.
Tavy,
bring that little lady back.
the little one.
The little girl.
Teresa. Bring Tavy.
Come here. What's your name? What's your name? Here, come here. Can I shake your hand? Fist bump? Oh, here you go. Come here. All right.
There you go. Good job. That's always fun. All right. Next item is community relations. It'll be Officer Dan.
Do y'all have the, I don't have the copy of the paper.
What you guys have in your packet is a little bit of communication of Dan did some research on, we talked about certain visitors coming in the building, especially coming to basketball games and things of that nature. And there's a couple example board policies that come from other districts, right, Dan? You want to kind of add to that?
It has the local board policy on it. It goes into a short outline of the state law that we discussed at the last meeting. And then it covers the verbiage on when we would allow somebody on campus after school hours and all events. There's a process that they have to do, which I don't want to call it an application, but they have to submit a request. Superintendent will approve it. There's only very limited things that they would be approved for. They have to be up here for their child, and it has to be something related to attendance or some actual business matter for them to be up here. If they violate that, they don't have permission and they show up after school hours, and they'll be served a trespass warning, and anything after that, are subject to more severe punishment. There should be attached an example of the request that they have to fill out. And I don't remember the district name, but it's the district that Hess went to. That's where we got that model policy.
And so what we're doing tonight is we're presenting this information to you. If you want to look it over in a little bit more detail. But if the board thinks it's best that we have a policy in place for us in our local policy, you let us know. I will draft one up. We send it to TASB. They kind of come back with some edits and things of that nature, and then we'd bring it back to you to vote on, and then we'd put it in policy. So, the objective today is if, looking at that, do you think that's something that we'd want in our board policy? Would you like me to draft one up and send it to TASB and bring it back for the next board meeting, or?
Yes.
Okay, we'll make that happen.
Have y'all had a chance to look over the two examples?
Yeah.
The board guys.
So this is something
Okay.
we really could talk about during executive session and come back with it because it's not an action item.
No, it's not.
No, it's not
just
action.
just for you to have a chance to discuss, and then,
Right.
and even if I do draft something and we don't like it, then we can always come back to it.
I mean, it's a little more extensive than just what is I mean, just, it's not, everything's not just black and white on this. The form that was the strikeouts for that other district, there was everything, it's not just really black and white in it, so I'm saying it's something
Yeah,
maybe
we
we
can
wanna
talk
talk
about,
about it.
yeah,
now.
absolutely.
Yeah, what is the law, I read both of them pretty
Right,
extensively. The law prohibits some of that
right. Well, I
black and
mean,
white stuff. We can come up with a policy, but, I'm sure Dan knows more about it than I do,
you know,
but,
the local's what we can change.
Yes.
Not the,
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
the other one we don't change.
right.
Right.
So, yeah, we can talk about that more.
Okay.
All right. Any other discussion on that? Okay. Next item is, draft of the district audit report meeting.
Pass those down. Okay. I'm gonna let Becky talk about this, but what we have next month, is our auditors are gonna come and present. They had to pick a day, so we picked it on that, the board meeting that we have on the 11th. So, Becky's kind of got it. This is just kind of a highlight, and they're gonna go into some pretty good detail, in December.
Yeah, so they're gonna come with, they sent me this draft, because they were supposed to be here this month, but they merged with another company, so some of their policies are a little bit more extensive than what actually in road was, now they're CRI, and so they just weren't quite ready, and, so they'll be here next month to present it. But I did want to kind of point out a few things to you guys, so if you look on, page 15 is just kind of like a general view that you can overlook, but if you look on page 41, I really want to highlight, you see my stars down there and the underlines in column 1 and 3. So we had budgeted that we were going to hit fund balance for 514, and we only had to hit it for 215. So I just want to celebrate that. That's $300,000 that we didn't have to hit our fund balance with. So thank you, Jesus. So and then you see the little arrow. I had to send our final budget over to the auditors today. Those numbers may change a little bit, and that's why I didn't want to just say this is concrete, because it's not exactly concrete. So I just kind of wanted to hit some highlights for you guys so you have a little bit of information. The circle there is the beginning and ending fund balance. And then on page 50, that's our child nutrition report. The only thing he said here, and I wrote the notes down so y'all would just have it there, with child nutrition, we all know the cost of food is going up, right? And our revenue is kind of getting decreased across the board with funding, right? So there, he said it didn't happen this year, but it's something to be looking for potentially next year. Hopefully not, but it could happen to where if there's a deficit in 240 child nutrition, that RGL Fund 199 would have to cover it. So just something to be mindful of moving forward into the next year with inflation costs and stuff like that. Segregation of duties, you guys are familiar with this, but last year we put in place some internal controls and we've been really diligently following those. But they have to be in place for a whole year before it will come off of your audit. So next year we should get a clean audit next year. So that's my personal goal, and I'm striving as hard as I can to make that happen, guys. So really that's, unless you guys have any questions about it, they'll be here next month to really go over it and break down everything and answer any questions you guys might have. And, give you your hard copies. So that's that.
All right. Any questions for her? Thank you. All right, next item is the LIT agreement.
So Miss Landry and I, really what we've talked about is, a big portion of our accountability system is our CCMR, right? And our kids starting to gain real world experience to not only, when they go to college, they also go to the workforce. Okay. And there's an inequity in the CCMR, especially in small schools, that these kids are supposed to go through a consecutive amount of classes and then take an IBC at the end and have a certificate in their hand, to be able to be quote unquote workforce ready. Okay. With small schools, our options are very limited, right? Because if we start offering a whole bunch of stuff, it gets in disarray. We don't have enough personnel to be able to service our kids, and kids wind up missing their consecutive courses, and then we wind up not getting the point or whatever, and it really brings our accountability down. On the CCMR side, you could be a very poorly academically functioning school, like, pretty much D's and F's across the board. And if your CCMR is at 100%, it'll still carry you to a B. Okay. Not to say that we're there academically, but, if we're raising our academics and making sure that our CCMR is there too, within, no time, Miss G is doing a great job. There's no reason in 2 years this school district cannot be an A, period. With that being said, LIT comes into play because LIT is a dual credit program, okay? The only thing that's the caveat that's different from Lee College that we have with our academics is there's no entrance requirement, okay? We don't have to pass a TSIA. We don't have to do those things, okay? There is an application and there is a fee for students to be able to take these classes. However, because we are such a highly eco-dis population, those fees to take those classes are more than waived, okay? And if there's a kid that doesn't fit that population, it's an easy, feasible number for us to pay that $50 for that kid to be able to take that class, okay? The best part about this whole thing is that when they go to take a class, they're not taking English or math or anything like that. They can take a whole real estate track and be able to test for their real estate certification by the time they're a senior. Okay, there's a whole bunch of things that they can do that they can go in there and spark their interest and be able to do it. And it's kind of like an online platform. Okay, and the best trick to it all is a kid who wants to take this class and take that class and take this class, as long as they take nine dual credit hours, that is a point for us. Okay, so really what we're doing with every kid coming in is we are creating a safe, sure way for us and our accountability side to make sure that we never hit less than 100%. And then two, we are giving our students who may not be that college-bound student an opportunity to understand there's something out there for you, that you can get your hands on, that you can go to work with right when you get outside of college. And it's not one of the two pathways that we necessarily offer with the teacher. So, Ms. Landry?
What's really good about LIT is that it can work hand in hand with some of our teachers here on campus. We have a law enforcement program here on campus, and we offer some classes here on campus. They also, LIT offers that law enforcement program as well, and they can actually certify our teacher to hold those dual credit classes here on campus. So they'll get a teacher here on campus, but get college credit for it, and a lot of our students that I've talked to really like that idea of having, some of them really like the online programs and be able to have that flexibility. And then some of them really like to have the teacher on campus. So, we can have those things as well. And there's multiple ways that a student, if they're not sure what they want to do whenever they graduate, they can dabble in different disciplines, but while obtaining those college credits as well. So I think it's really good, and it broadens the ability for them to look into different areas of a possible career after high school.
So we wanted to let y'all know and see if you had any questions or.
So this would replace our MOU or whatever we have with Lee, or would it complement that?
We're going to do that simultaneously.
Okay.
LIT, the only thing that we want to concentrate on with LIT right now is our CTE programs. Now, and then Lee College, we want to stay with our academics right now because we already have a relationship with them in that area. So we can have two. So we keep it.
It gives every kid an opportunity, no matter what track they're going on, to realize that Because we all know in here, there's some kind of continuing education that we need once we get out of here to be able to not only sustain work, but able to grow in whatever profession that we're in. And I think this is a great way for them to choose their own path, you know, so it's a pretty neat opportunity.
Any questions for them? Thank you. All right. Next item is the just the student activity line item. Miss Becky.
So this has to do with a student activity account that was over expended last year in '24. Got a new sponsor, kept those accounts separate so that none of that monies would get intertwined, right? I talked to our auditors. I'm like, how do I clear this out? Because with student activity, it's not like I can pull it from another, the student activity. So our GL has to cover it. So, but I have to get board approval for that to do that. I didn't keep the paper. McCabe has it. I think it's like $6,250.
$6,250, yes, ma'am.
$6,250 is what that overexpended account is. And so I basically need y'all's permission to pay it off, clear it out of our 199.
So the over expenditures, the one we already kind of know,
Yes.
things that weren't collected?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't realize they came out of that line item.
Any other questions? Can we get a motion to approve that? Okay, motion made by Michael, seconded by Bobby Joe. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, Ms. Becky. Next is the department reports. First is finance, Ms. Becky again.
I really don't have anything else that we haven't talked about so far unless you guys have questions for me.
Yeah.
We got lots of exciting things happening, I think, in finance. I'm excited about where we're headed. Excited about saving money, make money. So we got lots of things coming down the pipe, but right now we're just trucking along.
Did anybody have any questions for her? Okay, next is maintenance and transportation, Miss Elizabeth Smith.
I wanted to tell you guys, our roof on our high school gym was repaired. That repair initially was gonna cost us $4,600. I was able to get it down to $1,800, with a warranty. There was a guy that offered to do it for $750, but he didn't give me a warranty and he was gonna do it outside of the company, so we didn't do that. We will have a new bus, a new sped bus coming. It should be delivered next month in December. Also, our 2 new SUVs should be here next month. Aside from that, I wanted to show you guys this. Our custodians, we only have 4, and 2 of them have been here with us for 27, 28 years. So this shows us the industry standards. Each of our custodians each one lady is responsible for 40,000 square feet per day. Not a week, but per day. So they are asking, not necessarily today, but at some point when you think about the budget in the future, to consider giving them a 5th custodian. Industry standards say that every school district should be at a level 2. The professionals that came in and evaluated said we were at a 4. I thought we were at a 3. I think our district, when you walk in, is beautiful. Everything is shiny and clean. But when you go in and look at the cracks and crevices and the nitty gritty, we are not up to par. So if we could consider giving us a 5th custodian, we would appreciate that.
Aren't we down 1 anyway? I thought we was down 1.
Ma'am, I am a hiring pro. We've had 2 turnovers. We lost Lenny. We lost Donna, Lenny. We hired a lady. She didn't quite work out. Now we have Nellie Johnson, Carolyn Ruth, Vicki Welch, and Michelle Myers. And I have not had a single complaint in 2 weeks, which never happens.
So we didn't have 5 at one time?
Not since I've been here, no ma'am. Initially, years ago, there were 7. What I've been told is when one would leave, that work would be dispersed among the other ladies. So now we're down to 4 that are doing everything, and they do a great job. What what I like to say is our ladies put their heads down, they get their nose to the grind, and they go to work. But they forget to look up, and sometimes we have spider webs, or we have, little things that they're missing because they've got to do the poop on the walls and the vomit, and they're chasing the day-to-day, the stuff you have to get done. So the small details get passed by. So just consider that, please. Any questions?
You said we're at 40,000 right now?
40,000 per lady, yes. It should be.
All right, thank you. Next is the cafeteria.
And I'm
Ms.
the
Lawton?
thorn in everybody's side, I know it.
No, we love you.
I'm in the audit, I'm in the procurement part right now. And thanks to Becky, we got all the information in. But I had like a psycho moment last week. And I put a bunch of information in there and I don't know, I wasn't drinking, I wasn't. And then I went back Monday because Region 5 called and they said, hey, open up, why did you put this in here and this in here? And I'm, oh my God. So I sat and cried, and I got the sweetest auditor today. And I told her, I said, look, I made some big errors. And she said, okay, if you'll tell me where the error is, I can take it off. But you have to tell me where the error is. She just couldn't start. So we went line by line. We took the errors out. We're doing good. I'm in a better frame. Because she'd say, look at line 14. Does that look right to you? Look on your general ledger. Look on the third page, halfway down. Do those numbers match? I'm like, no, they do not. And she'd say, well, let's match them. Let's match those numbers. And so she was the best. So we're going to pass procurement.
Right. You'll have to send her some of the
And
dumplings.
then we'll go to the next step, which is when they come out and they'll watch the lunch lines. They'll, do the food production. Buy American. I'm doing it though. I'm doing it. We eating some pineapples. We eating some bananas, but we writing it down. You won't believe the paperwork. You ought to come over there. The stupid paperwork. Trump
Bless your
needs to
heart.
get a hold of that. Clear that part out.
We love you.
We're doing good though. It's really cleared up. It's really good. It's really good, sir.
I know.
Back online.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He was behind me. Thank goodness. I was like, oh my God.
Thank you, Miss Kathy. All right, next is IT, Miss Watson.
Not a whole lot going on right now, knock on wood. It's quiet and I'm okay with that because we started out the year with a bang. We're gearing up for map testing next week and ready, counting down the days to Thanksgiving break. But other than that, knock on wood, that's not wood, but knock on wood, we're quiet.
Did y'all get the internet out of the football field? Is that what that lit up blue thing is? Okay.
Yes, we've got a booster out there that you should have internet all the way across to the visitor side.
And she's worked all month on putting all of our kids on name tags where we scan them now.
Yeah, she came home with a little card.
Oh, yes. She worked really, really hard. She did it really good. Yes.
Good job.
Good job, all right, thank you. Next item, safety. Mr. Atkins.
You all have a copy of mine. A lot of the same stuff that's normally on there, but I think the thing that stands out is we finally passed the door audit. I told y'all last board meeting, I had a feeling that they were coming. 2 days later, they showed up.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know what to do. I asked the guy when it was done. I said, "What do we do?" Huh? Put a check mark on it. We were scheduled for just the high school, and when he come out, he asked. He said, "Did I do your elementary last year?" So I don't think so. He said, "Okay, well, now we're gonna do both of them today." So I got kind of worried, but we passed it.
Good.
And if y'all have any questions on anything
Any questions? All right, thank you, sir. Next, athletics, Coach Skinner.
Yeah, since the last board meeting, all the fall sports have kind of gotten to the postseason. So our cross country team, the boys qualified and competed in the regional meet as a team. One young lady, Morgan Byers, qualified for regionals and competed in that meet. Our volleyball team finished third in district, and they had a playoff game against Groveton. They lost in 4 games, but they had a very successful season. They did a great job. Girls basketball is starting up now. We had a young lady sign a softball scholarship yesterday to Trinity Valley, Lexi Ramirez, so that's always good. And then football will have a playoff game. We're fortunate enough to make the playoffs tomorrow versus Mount Enterprise in Lufkin. And we will be having our basketball tournament here. It'll be a girls tournament December 10th, 11th, and 12th. That's coming up pretty soon. So that's kind of how it is. We're wrapping up the fall seasons, and it'll be all the winter sports here pretty soon. That's kind of where we're at.
Good, thank you.
Yes, sir. I know we're in a rush, but we're very, basketball is, but I know we got the girls. Why do we have a boys basketball tournament? Just curious.
When you cancel tournaments, people tend, and don't have good tournaments for a year or two, people tend to fill their schedule with other things.
So maybe next year.
So it'll take us another year to commit enough boys team to make the tournament.
Because y'all ain't seen electricity yet until you see these boys and girls tournaments going on. This, what do you call that little room that we cook for?
Hospitality room.
Hospitality room. These refs live for West Cardin's hospitality room because we cook massive and we get real candy bars. And they love to come.
Full grown candy.
Yes, I had a ref contact me just because Herbie's having I said, I don't know if we're having boys and girls or not. I know we're having girls. I think they're coming just for the food.
It's because we make gumbo and every day is a different theme and we feed them really good. Or used to.
And we're amazing. Yes.
All right, thank you. Next, curriculum, Ms. Williams.
So like Jana said, we're getting ready for our middle of year map testing. And so I've been in a lot of classrooms and I just want y'all to know we've got some amazing teachers and wonderful students and they are working hard. Teachers are meeting individually with students to set goals for those scores for their map test. And there's just a lot of great things happening in our classrooms. As for our TIA on that side of things, we got that submission done. And so I did a happy dance and was so glad that was finally in. We've kind of made it through the system review where they kind of check all of our session numbers, make sure our course numbers are correct. Or a teacher has a unique ID and a TEA ID, and we made it through all those numbers checked out. So we're just kind of waiting out until February to see if we make it through the whole approval process. So we did have 34 teachers that were in a position that could have reached a designation. And out of those 34, we put 22 up for designations. So on the elementary campus, we have 14 up for them. We had 5 at the master level, 7 at the exemplary, and 2 at recognized. And then on the secondary campus, we had 8 teachers. 2 at masters, 3 at exemplary, and 3 for recognized. So just praying that everything works out and we'll get approval for those men and women to get their money. So just keep praying with me. That's about it.
Thank you. Secondary principal, Ms. Landry.
I'm going to hand out my little update for you guys. We had all of our student recognition, so I'm not going to take too much of your time. If you look at the information, our enrollment is it says on here 233. I did pull it again right before I came in here because I didn't think I had updated that number, and we are down to 229 for secondary enrollment. I also want y'all to look at the attendance percentage for our secondary group. Our junior high is, almost both of them are right at 96%. That is fantastic. It's a challenge for school districts to get to 95%, and that is, most school districts strive for that 95%. I don't know what's going on at the junior high, but our kids are coming to school and they're loving it. So, but you're also seeing that in the 10th grade and a high percentage in the 12th grade. My 9th and 11th, I think they like to sleep in a little bit. But we're going to work on them because my 9th grade, their percentage actually went up in the last month. So we're doing something right. I actually think it's because, Dan's been doing some home visits. We've been calling about truancy and calling about attendance. So we're really wanting those kids to be here. And I think that's working, Dan. I think we're.
I hope so.
I think it's working, so it's working for us. Then under discipline, if y'all look, we have 63 referrals to this point this year, but when we look at that, 31 of those referrals are for cell phones. All right. We used to not put cell phone referrals in, but since the state changed their rules, it has to go in as a referral, and then we follow our discipline process. But 31, so almost half of our referrals are just for cell phones, and that's kind of low. I expected more this year. So I think we're just getting into the phase where parents might have to start coming, a couple of them, to come pick up the cell phones. So we're getting there. Still nobody in secondary DAEP. I'm happy about that. And no out of school suspensions. Miss Corby, Miss Casey's doing a fantastic job with our students. Let's see, parent involvement and community events. You guys have been a part of most of that, so I did put that on there. But I wanted to remind y'all that we are having that fall festival this Saturday from 4 to 7, so please come out. Miss Brothers have really been working hard on getting that together. Last year it was a blast, and so I'm hoping that we carry on that tradition. And we will have that band concert, and then our ag trailer build off is also coming up. I didn't put sports on here because, I didn't want to take the thunder away from our AD. So, do you have any questions for me? Friday school.
What day? Are we having it twice a month?
Most of the time we have it twice a month. We're only going to have it once in December.
Okay, so I said 6. That means there's only 6 people that's went to Friday.
For discipline purposes.
Okay.
Up under the discipline, yes. But no, we have plenty of kids coming for and making up some attendance days. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Next is elementary principal, Ms. Gilfillan.
And looking nurse park for y'all. We've got a lot of parent involvement going on. We had our Donuts with Grown-Ups event a few Thursdays ago, and I don't have an exact count, but based off how many attended visually, as well as how many were signed up to come, we had around 500 plus adult guest students on campus. We generated over $5,000 in sales for our book fair. All of that money, after it's paid, Scholastic gets their payment. The rest of the revenue goes straight into the library to help Ms. Wisenhant purchase books and keep up all of those lovely books and collections that she has. So it was a great event. I think we were supposed to be finished by 8:45, and we were out of there by like 9:07. So we were 20 or so minutes over. So for that large of an event, we were super pleased with how it went. Everyone had a great time, had their breakfast, bought some good books, and then we got our morning rolling. Our Thanksgiving feast is taking place this upcoming Thursday. It'll be from 10 to 11 between the middle school and elementary gyms. So we're excited to host that for our kiddos and parents and guests that come along with them. Today was World Kindness Day. If y'all didn't know, our PTO hosted a coffee bar for all of the elementary staff, and then they provided goldfish for every kid in elementary because it's the snack that smiles back. So we were really appreciative of that. It was a great way to uplift and start off the Thursday. So parent involvement is going really well in those areas. Our enrollment is down. We're down 11 kids from where we were last month. And I kind of pulled it at the beginning of the meeting to see who those kiddos were. A couple went to homeschool. Several
were new to the district and just based on past educational history had moved school to school over the years. And then a couple withdrew just for some family reasons that we knew about. But we are down about 11 kids. We are getting 2 more on Monday, and they're calling all the time about transferring or, hey, we're about to move. So we'll probably be getting about 5 of those kiddos back come the 1st of December. As far as attendance goes, we're in about a point of where we were back in October. Of course, our attendance in our lower grade levels is always a bit lower just because they do get sick a lot easier. Because as y'all see, they like to touch everything. And that includes each other and germs and everything else. But we're doing well in those areas. Discipline numbers for elementary are down as well. We've got 19 referrals over the span of about a month and a week. Ms. Hendricks is doing a really great job dealing with that. Also, she is calling if we've got a kiddo that's absent 2 or more consecutive days. She's calling home to see what's going on. She's also keeping up with tardies and kiddos that are checking out early to try to nip some of those things in the bud, because we do have instruction going on all the way throughout the school day. So we're really trying to make sure that we're addressing those and making sure they're only out for legitimate reasons. We did unfortunately have 1 kiddo that got placed in DAP. That was for a vape possession. So we wanted to kind of make a point with that kiddo. Had 1 for OSS. Only 4 days of ISS. That was for 3 students. No partial days. Friday school, we've had 6 students assigned for discipline reasons. And then on October 10th, we had 14 in attendance for true attendance issues. 25 attended on 10/24, and then 11/7, we had 8 kiddos in attendance there. And then the back page, I just wanted to list our kiddos that were recognized for Student of the Month in October. We filtered all of them through there, but I made sure I've listed their names for y'all from August and September. So just wanted to make sure that y'all have those names on there as well. Yes, ma'am.
It's always the discipline thing. It just blows my mind about elementary.
Yes, ma'am.
A vape. Just tell me which grade level was it? It was a higher grade. It was like 6th
It was
grade.
it was an upper elementary grade of, can I say this?
No, you don't tell them.
It's 4th grade. And it was the parents that the kid picked up.
Okay. Okay, so it's not like you caught them doing anything. It just was in their possession.
No, ma'am, but we're still within our rights if it's on their person.
Oh, no, buddy, you're right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I just hope you didn't catch no 4th grader vaping is what I'm saying.
No.
Okay.
Thankfully.
All right.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? Comments?
Is the out of school suspension the one that was already last meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
It grew.
What was that for again? I forgot.
Some sexual comments and sexual harassment.
Oh, so they came back and then they're out again. Okay. I knew we talked about it. I just couldn't remember what happened.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, the superintendent.
Okay. This being my first go round at this thing here, I'll have more information to share with you as I, grow more gray hairs in the seat. But very, very privileged and honored to be here to be doing this within the first month. I've met some outstanding people and. I've seen a lot of really outstanding things, in classrooms and teachers and what they're doing, and our kids are phenomenal. They're some of the best kids I've ever seen. So, really growing some substantial relationships and having a lot of talks, and we're talking because it's what needs to happen right now, and we need to, start developing a vision that's going to be a vision for a long time here at West Hardin, and I really see that coming around, and I couldn't be more excited about it. I had a chance to drive our fan bus twice. First time I didn't even realize what the button on the door was to keep the door locked, and the door flew open halfway down the road. Right? Then didn't even know what the button was, and Jana had to help me turn on the AC coming back, and it was hot. Right? And then got got a chance to go to Jasper and watch a volleyball game, and took some kids there, and Miss Patty drove me around a big old yellow dog, and I thought she was taking me to Canada. I pretty much did. She took me down Outlaw Bend, and she really thought we were lost too, but we kind of found it. She said we're going for a real quick ride. It turned out to be about 2 hours and 15 minutes or so. So, but it's been phenomenal. It's been great. I love it. And just we're getting into the work right now. The work's just begun, and super excited.
Thank you. All right. Next is the need to consider action on the TIP, and that's Ms. Gilfillan.
Yeah. So the TIP is the.
Thanks, Ms. Gilfillan.
It sounds with the TIP sounds like a 90s hip hop song or something like that. It's a target improvement plan. When we don't hit the mark for a couple consecutive years on our accountability, we work with TEA to develop a target improvement plan that lets us work within a specific lever to develop a plan. It's like a 90-day action plan, right? So we develop 90-day goals, and then we develop benchmarks along the way to meet those goals, success criteria, things of that nature. Ms. G, and Ms. Heather, they've been at it. They've been at it a lot, and it's a rigorous process. It takes a lot of time, but putting in the work and diving in the work and being one with the work is going to produce positive results, and I'm excited to see where we go because of it. And so Ms. G is going to give you some highlights of what it really is.
So these are the student outcome goals that we're asked to provide through the targeted improvement plan. So that first goal, 2.1, is a campus-wide goal for how our students are hopefully going to push to perform in STAR as far as the ELA reading area goes. We're pushing for 59%. And I guess I'll say before we get into the numbers, we contacted the accountability person who is at Region 5 to ask, our goal for the elementary campus is to get to a B by the end of the year. So what do all of these numbers have to look like? Because there's still a lot of different calculations and things that go into it. And I'm okay at math, but I struggle. So we reached out to the experts to see what do these numbers need to look like to get us to a B. So that 2.1, again, that's our kiddos that we want to see that meet or above on their English language arts STAR is 59%. So the way that STAR works is you've got approaches, meets, and then masters. So if a kiddo scores in the approaches level, it shows that they're approaching the grade level, but they're not completely on grade level. If they're at meets, then that means that they're pretty solid. They've gotten the teaks down. They're on grade level. And then if they're at masters, they've mastered the teaks in that content area and that grade level, and they're getting into those higher order thinking, critical thinking skills. They've mastered it and they're pushing even farther. So the way that STAR calculates these kind of numbers when it comes to accountability for meets, they count our percentage of students that are at meets and our percentage of students that are at masters. Because technically those kiddos that are at masters are also at meets. So that's why you see that number at a bit higher than what we scored last year in this category, because we are pushing to come from a 69 up to a B. So we're at 59% in the RLA STAR. For math, we're at 49%. Academic achievement, we're at 40.6. Our growth status component is a 75. That ELP status doesn't pertain to us. And then student success status is at a 50. And our strategies for how to get there, it's everything that I've talked to y'all about at our past meetings. We're meeting with PLCs, we're diving into that data with our teachers. We're meeting about their intervention strategies and how they're meeting those kids that aren't on grade level.
while also discussing our kids that are on grade level. How are we pushing them? How are we getting those kids that were at meet last year up to masters? So we're excited to have our map testing done next week. That's going to give us a good indication of where those kiddos are as far as where we're projected to be at STAR. So hopefully we'll have some good data to share with y'all at next board meeting, but that's what we've presented, and it's up to y'all to.
We will. So what we're asking you to do is vote to accept the goals that Ms. G has put forth for you today.
Any questions? All right.
I'll second.
Okay, motion made by Ms. Shirley, seconded by Ms. Farah. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item is nominees for Hardin County Appraisal District Board of Directors.
You know who that is. I'll make the motion for Miss Shirley.
If y'all would have seen me last night, I seen Farrah was swallowing.
We're so excited.
I'm still not taking it.
So all we need is a second and we can move on. Did you say?
Yeah.
All right. Motion made by Michael, seconded by Miss Debbie. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Next, teacher certification requirements for foundation curriculum.
Okay. So this is the document that you have here in your pile, and what I want you to understand is if we look down here in this table, it says 26-27, all K through 5 reading and math teachers need to be certified. I completely agree. Okay, I think there's not anybody in here that does not agree. And 27-28, they want all K through 12 English reading and math teachers certified. Okay, that is the plan. Okay, and the only idea between this is an application for an extension. Okay, not to say that we're going to continue to bring in uncertified teachers or do anything like that, because myself, Ms. Williams, Ms. Becky, have talked about an intricate plan to make sure that we're pushing our teachers towards certification. Okay, however, we do have an abundance of them, and all this is doing is this will let us give ourselves a little bit of leeway just in case we need it, right? We don't know what they decide they're going to do, after the 26-27 school year. If we have a teacher in, 6th grade who's working on her certification but isn't, totally certified just yet. Okay. So if you choose that for us to apply for this extension, all it is a vote for you to say, yeah, let's get it in motion. And then what I have to do is come up with a plan, present this plan to you. You adopt the plan that partners us up with some kind of alternative certification program like iTeach or something like that. And it's an intricate plan to get us going. Okay, I would love to see in a perfect world that in 26-27 we'll have all of our elementary teachers, exactly the way that they need to go. But TA is offering this as an extension, and it's something just to kind of give us a little bit of wiggle room so we make sure that we are, completely tightened up. With this being my first year and then having 1 year to kind of get that done, I'm pretty confident that we can hit that 26-27 mark. But just in case, it's there just to help us as a catch-all.
So how does that differ from the one we just put in place? Like, was it last year? When did we do that?
We do it every year. Every year we've been given a wiggle room. I know what you're saying.
So you put it in the DOI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what they're saying is it's going away. And I understand the wiggle room. The difference between giving the wiggle room and with myself is I know we're getting it done, and what I don't want to do is penalize our school district for, having teachers that are in the classroom that are working to get there, and we're just not there just yet. right? Because it wouldn't be in our best interest next year to say, oh, well, you haven't worked on any of your certification, you haven't done anything, you're hired. That's not going to work that way anymore, right? So this is just an opportunity to, through TEA to be able to do that.
Yeah, I understand what this is, but my question is, do you have anybody in place? Let's just say hypothetically, because let's say hypothetically, that we have some uncertified teachers that is amazing.
Yeah.
We do have some that is amazing. So I'm not cutting, say anything about the we need to have them certified. But what about if there's one that's not even working toward their certification? Just say hypothetically.
We have discovered a couple of those, and in those hypothetical situations, depending on where their contract is, if we're probationary term, and usually we're probably probationary, then it's going to be time to move on. Just being real with you. What we're going to do for any non-certified teacher coming up when we offer contracts is still continue to offer job descriptions and open up those job boards, to people who are certified. We're continuing with the same thing that we've been doing. I personally think, and we have talked, that there are other things that we can do to expedite the process of these ones getting certified. And I agree with you 100%. I think the face of education is changing because there's not very many people that come right out of high school, jump into 4 years of college and say, I want to go be a teacher. What it's turning into is we're going to go work. And then all of a sudden, man, I really miss being with kids. I want to be a para. Well, now I'd really love to get in the classroom. And then, wow, I really have a passion to do this. And then we go that way, right? So a plan like this partners us up with somebody. There's grow your own programs. There's other programs that we can offer to be able to partner with them. Region 5 has a great program, to be able to get that going. But I'm just in all sincerity and transparency, when we do post those jobs, of some of those that aren't, working towards a certification and doing those things, there's going to be some people knocking on the door. There's going to be some qualified people knocking on the door. So, I have all the faith in the world that we're going to hit those marks. I just want to make sure that we're not penalizing the district if something does happen.
I thought there was only a couple that weren't. I thought it was very few.
Not off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I'd say it's like 5 and 6, but some of them aren't even in.
We hired more.
They're not even in like math and reading, right? I don't think. Do you know off the top of your head on the elementary side?
Yeah, because we were down to a few, and then we hired more.
We're at 6 in math and reading. 6 total, right?
So, well, I'm not saying not just in that circle.
Yeah, so like we're hitting that mark on the 26, 27 for K through 5, right? But as a whole, the idea is that we're going to have everybody in this building is going to be certified by the end of 2028. Okay, that's what we want. That's what from every angle, we're going to bring in certified teachers as much as possible, all the time. But we're just trying to make sure that when that deadline hits with TEA, that we've done our due diligence and saying we've given us some more time just to make sure that we're hitting it too.
So does this make, like, what they put out, does it make our other DOI go away? Like, it's not relevant?
No.
Is that why?
No, it makes our DOI still the same. We're just.
I guess that's what I'm confused about. I don't know if anybody else is like, why do we have to redo it if we already have?
No, well, we're not. It's not a redo in the DOI. All it is it's an application to TEA that says, hey, you said that you were going to cut us off at 28. Mm-hmm. We would like till 2030.
Oh, okay.
That is it. And then I come up with a plan that has, the roadmap to get all of our teachers certified by 2030.
And it's incentive here too. I guess we can use that too, right? Or would benefit us. On the second page at the bottom there.
Right. Well, there's other, $1,000 incentive will be paid by the TEA to the district for each eligible classroom teacher upon successful completion of the preparation requirements and issuance of the standard certificate. They must meet the following criteria: hired as an uncertified teacher, first year teacher 2023-24 school year, and we're still uncertified as of 1/1/25. Okay, achieve standard certificate by 26-27 school year, continuously employed as a teacher by the district. So they're putting in a little incentive for it, but anything after that, we're still just asking them just for a little bit more time. So they gave it to us if we wanted to apply.
Motion by Michael, seconded by Jacob. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Next item, budget amendment. You're busy tonight.
The budget, I know it. The budget amendment was actually tied to item number 9. Okay, so we don't really need to even go through that. We've already went over that. That was for the payment of the line item for cheer. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did we? Yeah, we voted on that, so okay, good.
Okay. Here, you want
Next.
pass these 4 down. We may want to talk about this in closed session, vote on it in closed session, but I want you guys to have that one. Just in case.
All right, next item is, insurance offset, yes.
So I put before you kind of a highlight of the insurance offset that's going to come together and in fact act like a quote unquote Black Friday bonus. We talked about putting it on the agenda item to discuss it. I think it's probably appropriate to discuss in closed session.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then we can vote on it then.
Yeah, we'll vote on it when we come out of closed session.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll move on to the next item, update 126.
Yeah, so update 126 is a bunch of local policy amendments. I went through them. I sent it to you in our board update. There's nothing that's alarming, or a lot of them are like, change the comma here, do this here. It's a lot of, red ink, changing it, into to certain, it's pretty standard, pretty much. So we're just asking you to adopt that so we can just push it into a regular policy and move on with business.
Any questions? Get a motion?